Alright, I'm gonna review Harry Potter. But before I do, I'm gonna tell you guys that I'm gonna be doing this review a little differently than I have normally done it. I'm gonna say all my positive things in this first video, and then the next video I'm gonna say all my negative things about the series. And after it's all done, I want to hear what you guys think about me switching, the positives and the bad things in different videos and whether I should do it like that more often or not. Okay, alright. The first good thing I have to say about Harry Potter is the detail. I absolutely love Harry Potter for its detail. I mean, there is so many little things that you can take note of in Harry Potter. She's got the classmates written down. She doesn't just make up names. She's actually got a whole list. There's like there's so many spells and potions that just they come back little by little, and actually sometimes it's good to take notes of them because I remember there's a thing that comes up in the first book and it's really not that important, and then in the sixth book, it comes back and it actually ends up saving Ron's life. So there's things throughout all seven books that kind of intertwine, and they're important details, and there's even not so much important details, but like fascinating facts that are actually kind of interesting once you get into the world. Um, Another good thing is I like relatively large series, so that way you get time to know the characters really well. And one of the nice things about Harry Potter is as the series progresses, the number of pages starts to grow in each book. Um, I think it's most noticeable on the third book, Prisoner of Azkaban. That's when the page number really jumped like at least 200 pages. I mean, everyone knows I like anime because the way the story is set up, it goes deeper on itself as it progresses. And in that sense, I think Harry Potter is kind of like anime, but without all the quirks that we've come to know and love. Uh, oh, Harry Potter 4 is my favorite of all the books because not only is it the middle book, but it really is like the turning point of the series. It's kind of like the first half of the series, and it's also kind of like the second half of the series. I mean, when you start Harry Potter, it's kind of got this whimsical feeling to it. Like, yeah, there's danger, but it's also kind of fun to go along for the ride. While in the later half of the series, there's kind of this suspense in the air, like all the time, like death's just waiting around the corner to come at you, kill you. Also, I like Harry Potter 4 because it's kind of a tournament arc, and it. Oh, sorry about that cut off there. Someone walked in the room. Anyways, like I was saying, I also like Harry Potter 4 because it introduces a lot of characters and themes that come on later in the books in the second half of Harry Potter that I mean it really helps you get to know the Ministry of Magic better and a lot of the outside Hogwarts world of Harry Potter. So it really is a nice medium between the two halves of Harry Potter, if you will. Um, one thing I kind of like is that the plot of this story doesn't really change. And by that I mean the goal from the beginning till the end is always about stopping Voldemort, the big shadow that hangs over the story of the series. And that's one thing I really kind of like because, I mean, there's so many times that a story, when it starts getting dull and uninteresting, will start to just make something up that completely overturns the thing to make it interesting again. And Harry Potter never suffered through the problem of being so uninteresting that they needed to change the plot up to keep fans amused. It really just starts from the beginning and starts developing in on itself, which I think that's really, really nice. And it kind of gives it a unified feel by the end of the series. Oh, and like I was saying before about the detail, um, everyone's starting to have speculations over a Harry Potter 8, but from what J.K. Rowling actually said, she doesn't want to actually do another Harry Potter, which I'm glad because that would just kind of it wouldn't feel right to me. But she would like to do a Harry Potter encyclopedia. Basically something to just kind of spill out all the facts that we still are hungry for by the end of the seventh book. Which, if that encyclopedia comes out, I'm sure it'll sell probably not as good as the books themselves did, but it'll probably sell pretty good, especially for an encyclopedia. Oh, and there's a ton of hidden references. Like, remember how in the One Piece review I mentioned the fact that Luffy looks like Tom Sawyer, and Tom Sawyer wanted to be a pirate just like Luffy wanted to be a pirate? If you like that kind of stuff, you're gonna absolutely love Harry Potter because, like, I can tell you some hidden references right now, and I'm pretty sure most Harry Potter fans don't know this, but the four Hogwarts houses actually represent like four. I don't know if you'd call them like kind of community types, if you will. The Slytherins represent aristocrats. The Ravenclaws represent the upper burgesses, if I'm pronouncing that right. The Hufflepuffs represent liberals, and the Gryffindors represent the Poltrite. Also, another reference is that Sirius, Harry's godfather, is named after the Black Star or the Dark Star, the dog star, and he turns into a dog. Also, Dumbledore is an old English word for bumblebee, and Rowling always imagined him kind of just humming around the school as he walked around. So there's all kinds of hidden references in it. Um, Another good thing that I like about Harry Potter is like even though a lot of fans that like read this series very intensely don't like to believe it, she did pay attention to a lot of the small details. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. Um, like wizards still have a use for money because you can see them just conjure up whatever they want. Like you've seen Dumbledore just pull up goblets or get a chair out whenever he wanted it. But there's actually the Ministry of Magic actually does limit what you can just apparate in front of you. Basically, there are some things you can't just have. You have to buy them. And also, a rule is that anything that you apparate will disappear after a while. Just like those golden coins that Harry and Ron and basically everyone got at the beginning of Harry Potter 4 during that big Quidditch game. The only thing I have left to say positive about Harry Potter is that the way the world is built is simply amazing. I mean, the characters are great. The whole world itself has got so much detail and feeling to it. Like, like she actually did her work when it came to creating a believable world. And you know, the things around Harry, it actually it kind of feels like there is something bigger than himself around it. And hold on for a second. Sorry guys, I'm back. The you know how pop-ups are. Anyways, like I was saying, the whole world is just simply amazing, I think. I mean, oh, and like I was saying before, the world is bigger than Harry himself. It doesn't feel like it revolves around Harry. At least not in the sense that it wouldn't function if that character didn't exist. Now, obviously, it does feel like the world revolves around Harry in the books because he's the main character and there's so much attention put on him. But it does feel like this world can function without Harry Potter in it. And that's basically all I have to say. Um, Tune in for part two. I think I'll call it Harry Potter the Bad. Uh, Lord of the Flames 1000 logging off. Oh, and one more thing. I love the Dursleys. They're like my favorite section in every single Harry Potter book, really, to tell you the truth. Okay, maybe not in every one, but I really like the beginning of every book where the Dursleys are involved. Because, I don't know, there's just the interactions between the Muggle world and the Wizarding world are quite amusing to watch, to read and watch, and I really like those moments between the Dursleys and Harry